A cow's hoof isn't incredible enough, this hoof just gets worse and worse.
I'm completely blown away by the cow's hoof that we've just trimmed. This is the Hoof GP, and this is one of the most incredible feet I've ever seen in my hoof trimming career. Okay, so she's in the crush. And clearly this outside claw is over... Okay, I was going to talk about how the outside claw is overgrown, and it definitely is overgrown, but that's not the problem. The problem is bloody obvious. She's got something stuck right in her foot. Come on then, Craig, what's that? A nail? A screw?
Could be a bit of knife. Blade off a knife or something. Snap.
It's obviously been in for quite a while because it's actually worn down flat. It's a bit more obvious now. I'm hoping that it doesn't go all the way into her foot, but to be honest, it looks like it does. And she is really lame, which tells me it probably does go right the way in. Like I say, I'm hoping it's just that. Oh yeah! Look at the length of that. That's unreal. Just that little bent bit was the only bit sticking out of her foot. That's gotta be, that's nearly 2 inches long. Right, I'm assuming this has done some damage because every time I touch her foot, she's moving. Now it's all eroded around where that nail was. Gee, imagine how sore she must have been. Right, there is obviously more to... No way.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. The whole of her soul's coming away.
What a mess. I expected to pull it out and find, normally you find a black hole where the oxidization from the iron and the nail has penetrated into the hoof horn. That's normally what you find. They don't normally do as much damage as this, but this could be actually a bit of both. A problem caused by the nail, but obviously, sorry, also a sole ulcer. I'm not sure.
Right, one thing for sure is we've got to do a lot more work to this, so we'll get a block put on here as quickly as we can and then get back to this.
So now that block's in place, it's time for us to, as carefully as possible, trim around this lesion. The damage from the nail is obviously significant. I've got a feeling this is kind of a sole ulcer at the same time. I don't know if it's a coincidence or what, but as I trim away here, I'm being as careful as I possibly can to remove this top layer of detached hoof horn, but not cut into the problem. Use the back of my knife to push that bit of tissue out of the way, and the razor sharp edge to peel away these layers. No, this is definitely caused by the nail. You can see the blackness of the iron that's tainted the hoof horn itself. But it is sticking up like an ulcer. You can hear me. Usually I'm a decisive person, but in this instance, I'm really not sure. I think it probably is a bit of both. That nail obviously has caused a lot of damage, but she's also got this sole ulcer going on, I think. Just doesn't look to me like that's purely been caused by a nail. Yeah, we still need to get rid of that hoof horn that's round about the lesion. I'm almost avoiding it because I know it's not going to be easy. I need to get all of this away though. Right, I think I'll reduce this with the grinder quickly. I'm using the grinder here to remove this wall horn here because it's extremely tough to cut away with my knife, and it's hampering my access to the problem area with my knife. So to me it looks like this whole piece of hoof horn is detached.
Wow. Well, that has never ever happened to me in my entire hoof trimming career.
I've honestly never ever had a circular piece of hoof horn like that come completely away from a lesion, and just look at what is sticking out from underneath.
This, quite frankly, is absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like this before.
That's genuinely incredible, isn't it?
That is, I've never seen anything like that before.
So this nail looks like it's punctured right through the entire hoof capsule of the cow's foot, and it's been there for a little bit of time, and that's allowed the corium to push out through the hole it's created, resulting in this mass. It's genuinely you can tell I'm genuinely surprised. I've never ever seen something like this before. Gonna wash this entire area. Right, we need to shrink this up. So we're going to use iodine. We're going to wrap this thing entirely. The iodine will penetrate into it. In fact, do you know what? I thought that looked loose. Mid-conversation, it's still sticking down though, obviously, so we will wrap it with iodine and it should shrink this entire area up. Just look at how cleanly that has come away. Beautiful. Right, we all saw how she was walking before, obviously feeling it, and it's little wonder why. So now it's time to let her out of the crush and see if we've made any difference.